So John Wick Chapter 4 is supposed to hit cinemas May of 2021, so I thought I would give you guys my thoughts of what I would like to see in this next John Wick installment. Before I give you guys my thoughts, let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. What do you want to see in the 4th installment in the John Wick franchise? And of course, major spoilers for all 3 John Wick films. If you haven't seen some, leave this video now, watch them, and then come back. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the John Wick franchise is a very R-rated franchise. There's blood, there's cursing, and really, if they should not make this series PG-13. They should not go to the PG-13 route. And the reason why I say this is because this franchise was made to be R-rated. It's filmed perfectly. There's wide shots, angles, it's brutal, it's intense. And I'm not saying you can't make a beautifully shot, edited action movie that's not R-rated, because the Mission Impossible series has done this really well, and they're a PG-13 series. What I'm saying is, this series is extremely R-rated. The storyline and the themes and the way we see John Wick kind of gives his emotions through the action sequences. If they just pushed it down to PG-13 to get a higher audience in him, the film would just feel bloated. It would just feel kind of mediocre. And I feel like I'm hoping they don't just be like, okay, we can get more butts, we can get more seats, we can get more people in the seats if we make this PG-13 for a more brighter audience. But this is an R-rated franchise, and I hope they just go with it. I hope they don't make this PG-13, and hopefully they keep with the R rating. As much as I love this franchise, I think it's losing a bit of steam. The first one is great, the second one is great, the third one is great, but I feel like this should be the last one. I feel like if they make John Wick Chapter 5 or John Wick Chapter 6, I just feel like this franchise is going to get extremely stale and just mediocre. I feel like this is going to be the last one, though. He's going to go after the high table, and he's just going to kill everyone, and then it's going to be over. I feel like this is going to be the last one. It's going to be the last stand, I feel, and I'm hoping so. I love the John Wick franchise, but I don't want it to be like a lot of franchises that just won't die. And I'm hoping they were like, okay, we have no more story to tell, let's just end it. I hope they don't just be like, okay, we have no more story to tell, but we can milk another set of trilogy. We can make John Wick Chapter 5, 6, and 7. I hope they just end it here. If they have more story to tell and they need to make a 5th one, okay. But if they don't, I feel like they should really end it here, because I don't want this series just to get stale, and I don't want the series to feel like another action movie franchise that... A question that's been going asked is, should John Wick die in this film? Now, I have a flip side of this spectrum. I love the character of John Wick, and Keanu Reeves plays him perfectly. But the character dying in this film, I think, could give him a set of closure. They could do this 2 ways. They could not kill him and give him his ending. He kills everyone and then he moves off. They could do that. But they could give him the more, I guess, sad ending, but also an ending that would defy his character. He has nothing left. His wife's dead, his dog is dead, he's really nothing left. He's kind of living life really as somebody who doesn't have anything left. So if they killed him at the end of this film, it would probably give him a much more happy ending. But secondly, at the end of John Wick 3, he made his decision to become an assassin again so he could remember her. So if they decided just to kill him off, I feel like that choice in John Wick 3 would kind of be revoked, and I feel like it wouldn't really matter as much in the concept of this film. But really, I think they could either do this both ways. They could not kill him off and give him a bit more of, I guess, a fantasy ending, or they could kill him off, and I guess it would give him more of a closure, and I think it would be a better ending for the character. But really, you can do any other way. The John Wick franchise is known as making absolute fantastic action scenes. They're wide, they're intense, they're brutal. Keep it like that. Keep the action long, wide. Don't overcut it. I have faith in the directors and the writers, because I think it's the same directors that did the previous films, and I'm hoping so, because these people know how to make a convincing action movie. They know how to make a convincing movie that actually makes you can actually see what's happening. There's wide shots, there's close-ups, and everything, and the way these sequences are edited is perfect. And I'm hoping they are not just going to shove it over with quick cuts and over sped up shots. Just keep it wide, keep it simple, and really don't over exaggerate it, and really just keep it as simple as can. So lastly, the John Wick films have always had simple stories with simple motives and goals. Don't oversimplify. Don't overstuff it with, okay, this is make the main plot line John Wick going after the high table. That's it. You can have little other subplots with maybe other characters, but really this should be about that simple. They shouldn't bring in anything else. And if they bring in something else, but it's important into the story, that's something else. But if they're just gonna make side stories like The Last Jedi, the whole casino Canto Bight sequence in The Last Jedi, that was just horrible. Don't do that. Don't make a side mission. Make this a focused story. If this is gonna be the last one, really make it a focused story. And just focus the story and don't overstuff it. That's really what I don't want. The John Wick films are very simple, so just don't overcrowd it with plots that we don't really need in the film. Things I would like to see in the next John Wick film. What do you think of these? Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, you guys can hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and hit the post notification bell so you guys never miss when I upload another video. I post daily on this channel, so you guys check out. You guys can also check out my podcast, the Two Peas in a Pod podcast. Do every single Tuesday morning with a friend of mine. It's more of a discussion base. We talk movies, news, a whole bunch of things. So if you kind of like this, you probably like that. You guys can check out my Instagram at general_Daniel77. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. General out.